Just absolutely exciting fighter, young, 2-0. Made her debut with us in Tupelo, Mississippi back in February. Gave her a last-minute opponent who was heavier. She went up a weight class. Just absolutely dominated her for the win. 2-0. It's been hard to find her a fight, but Angie Hoaglin, who had a pretty dominant win for us last November, has had a couple fights since then and improved her record to 3-0, is ready to come out here and fight for our vacant female strawweight title.
A little bit of an age difference on this one, though.
There is. Angie, 36 years old. She's in phenomenal shape against just 23-year-old Hannah Guy. So definitely an exciting matchup. Like I pointed out, both of these girls have been on our card. Both of them won fight of the night. So you can only imagine how exciting this fight's going to be.
Absolutely. I mean, definitely, I say the age difference. I don't mean that as a negative thing towards either one. I mean, youth doesn't necessarily have the experience that she's going to bring into this cage. And definitely fight of the night potential in this one.
She'll have Thomas Gifford Sr. and Jr. in her corner with her tonight, while Jacob Reeves, the coach at Relentless Grappling and MMA out of Columbus, Mississippi, will be with Hannah. So really excited about this matchup as Crystal Morrow prepares Angie for battle. Let's check out the tale of the tape. Just like you pointed out, our biggest difference here is going to be the age. 23 for Hannah Guy against 36 for Angie Hoaglin. Height, record, everything else is pretty similar, but style, Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu against an all-around fighter. Let's see how it plays out. Let's take it to your announcer, Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, this championship bout is brought to you by Tin Roof. And it's set for three-minute rounds for the vacant V3 female strawweight title. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action will be Eric McMahon. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She wears the black trunks with the neon yellow trim. At 5 feet 4 inches, she weighed in at 114.9 pounds. She has an MMA record, 2 wins and absolutely no losses. Representing Relentless Grappling in MMA. And fighting out of Columbus, Mississippi, Hannah, the Hurricane Guy. And across the cage, her adversary fighting out of the orange corner. She wears the gray trunks with the neon green trim. She stands in at 5 feet 3 inches and weighed in at 114.8 pounds. She has an MMA record, 3 wins, guess what? Absolutely no losses. Representing Team Relentless in Spa City MMA and fighting out of Hot Springs, Arkansas, by way of Shasta, California, Angie Hoaglin.
What a way to get pumped up before your fight, having Michael Kelly announce your name. I'm excited for this one.
Absolutely. This is one of the ones that I find really hard to watch. Somebody's going to have to go home with their first loss, and it's hard.
Nice straight right by Hannah.
Angie walking her down, though, really doing well to control the center of that cage. Good little exchange there from both fighters.
But Angie looks like she's always having fun in the cage. She's smiling. She likes posing for the camera, show how great of shape she's in at 36 years of age. Better than me and you, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely for me. Yeah, she's really working that outside leg kick. Look at the welt that's already starting to set up.
You can already see that.
Hannah's leg is just getting brutal here. She's got to start checking those.
Nice knees to the stomach there by Hannah.
Hannah controlling both underhooks. Definitely a big game changer right here.
Now from there, with some wrestling, you drop down to a double, you take them down.
Angie's fishing. She's got one back. Looks in she almost switched the position. That trip, though, the trip doesn't actually do people very much working here.
All that really does is tie up and commit that leg to that side.
Just that much
and
easier.
If a person has a whizzer, an overhook on that side, you've got nothing to prevent yourself from going down.
Absolutely. It just makes you that much easier to take down. Hannah really kind of changing the pace on this, pushing her up again, wearing her down a little bit. I think it's a great strategy for someone who's going to be a little bit more technical. look at this, Angie reversing. Hannah's still working those underhooks, though. That's kind of a unique thing. And then they separate. Good. Angie's starting to walk her down again.
But Hannah keeps throwing those straights right down the middle and has landed with them. But those kicks.
These kicks are adding up. One of the big thing I think Angie's really starting to try and set up is she wants to work that leg to make her switch a stance. Once that happens, once they start guarding the leg, your power is gone. You're in a stance you're not used to.
I mean, you see those welts on Hannah's left leg. What do you do to defend yourself against that?
You've got to check it. I mean, she's throwing them at will now. Good exchange here.
So check it is just simply bring your foot off the ground and raise your knee up so you're hitting the hard part of the shin every time you throw that kick.
Let's say it's like opening a door. You just open the door on your knee, let it slam in. It doesn't feel good, but it really doesn't feel good for the person throwing the kick. Hannah is not afraid to return fire at all, though.
But when you hit that nice meaty portion of the thigh, those kicks feel great every time you throw them.
It normally doesn't take very many of them. Good underhook work here for Hannah, though. Not letting that takedown come easy.
Less than 30 seconds left in the round. A very close round, I might add.
Absolutely. Pinning her up against the cage.
Just 10 seconds left. Really, really, really difficult round here to score. I think both these girls have had their moments.
Good body work, though. Understanding the round was over, so.
Round one, how do you score it, Joe?
Oh, man. I've got to go off the control factor on this one. I think Hannah did quite a bit more, had the control for most of it, but Angie was doing a lot of damage on this.
So let's check out some of the action from round one. There you see those knees from both of these girls. Hannah with the double underhooks in a great position, but then she's throwing those straights, combos, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Absolutely, and we've been talking about these leg kicks and everything, but the big thing that really needs to be taken away is Hannah is returning every time. Yeah, her leg is getting beat up, but she's bringing it right back to her. I got to give her a close edge on that one.
So hopefully Jacob Reeves is letting Hannah know to check those kicks, or Angie is going to take that leg out before the end of this fight.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to the second round on this one. Both fighters very, very game. There we go. Whelps on her leg, though, just knotting up. And eventually that leg will start shutting down.
Still not checking that kick. Angie just kind of throwing a barrage of punches. Nothing really pinpoint accurate, but she's throwing them and she's scoring points with the judges.
Absolutely. She's landing it. I mean, it's nothing that's going to knock her block off, but it's absolutely making it in her face and just forcing Hannah to go to this, where it's just a grinding fight. And not a lot of people understand this, but cage work is the hardest part of the fight. That drains you faster than anything else.
Still not checking those kicks.
Oh, man, there gets to be a point where your leg doesn't work quick enough to actually check it. I'm wondering if that's what we're seeing now. Still hammering away.
And you can see it's even getting lower down on her leg as they just keep coming. And Hannah's keeping her left leg planted, which makes it such an easy target, but maybe this is where she wants to go with her jiu-jitsu.
Awesome takedown by Angie on that one. Straight into half guard on this, really starting to set up. Picture perfect right here. Still has the underhook, not giving anything to Hannah right now, not an inch to breathe. Looks like she's starting to slide her way to mount, or at least consider it. Not much of a closed guard by Hannah. Hannah does have that underhook now, which is its first step in a process of getting up. She looks like she's trying to fish for both, which is great, but you only really need one.
So Hannah here in a little bit of trouble. Not in a great position, especially in the eyes of the judges. Eric McMahon, third man in the cage, keeping a close eye on the action. What do you want to do here as Hannah?
If I'm Hannah, I'm going to sit. I'm literally going to come up on my shoulder. She's starting to do it. She's turning into it. She lost that underhook. You want to keep that underhook and just stand up. You'll end up in a wizard position, but it's better than being flat on your back. Right now, she's really, really trying. It doesn't really actually look like Angie is content with passing guard here. She's had an open guard pretty much the whole time. It's now being locked up into a lockdown position, which will help. It'll definitely help Hannah regain a little bit more control. Starting to recover guard, working into the butterfly.
One thing I noticed with Angie's first fight against Deshmar was she threw punches from absolutely every angle that she could, from her back, from top. She was always throwing and always staying in action. It looks like she's trying to lock up a choke here. What do you see?
She's starting to set up a Darce, but she's got the angle a little wrong on it. I mean, it's definitely close, and I don't think
just 10 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, Darce is definitely one of those that you have to set up a good way out, but it is absolutely showing that she's trying to stop this fight. And I think that round was pretty solid, hers.
Very, very clear Angie Hoaglin round. Are we 1-1? Are we 2-0? We don't know, but if I'm Jacob Reeves, I'm letting her know we're down 2-0. We've got to get this fight finished. We cannot let this fight go to the judges in a championship fight.
Absolutely not. I mean, that's one of the worst possible things you could do. One, speaking as a judge, you don't really want to be one of these fights. Look at this replay. Hannah just starts to overwhelm her and gets that kick caught, and that was the beginning of the end for that round. I mean, Hannah is known for her BJJ on the ground, but just didn't get herself in a good position to do anything offensively. If I'm Hannah's coach right now, I'm telling her to first check those leg kicks, because the longer you sit on that back foot, the longer you let it get smacked around, the easier you are to manipulate a takedown or do anything else they want. Angie's fighting a very smart fight right now.
Third and final round, where we have our first fight go to the judges. Just still not checking that leg kick. Hannah's content with eating a kick to try to throw a straight.
Walking her down, though. Good little outside hook there.
Angie is so unorthodox. I mean, she throws from everywhere. You see that back fist coming down, and she threw a punch that missed. She's always trying to engage and hurt her opponent.
Absolutely. One difference that I'm seeing right now is when Angie's throwing, she's throwing in 3s and 4s in her punches. Hannah's typically throwing 1 or 2. Maybe if she starts getting Angie on her back foot, she'll keep going, but
she's just throwing that same 1-2 combo every single time off a kick. Kick, kick, 1-2.
She checked that last one. I'm afraid it might be a little too late, but it's good to see she's at least considering that. Oh, powerful right hand.
Now Angie closing distance.
Not the wizard, needs the underhook. Still is something you can do from here.
Definitely still anybody's round with more than half left. We've got about 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the third and final round of this strawweight championship bout.
Absolutely. It looks like Angie is considering a head and arm, but doesn't have the other arm free. Hannah's being very smart with this and having wrist control and an underhook.
She drops down to a double. Let's see if she can finish this against the cage. Nice takedown right into half guard.
Straight to side control.
Side control, sorry.
No. It's good. She's in a great position. She might actually be, she's starting to scoop the head, wanting to control the posture. The problem is she has a head and arm choke here if she sets it up right, but she's got to pass.
What does she got to do? She's got to pass that mount and come out to the side.
Absolutely. She needs to get her left elbow to the floor, slide to mount. It doesn't look like she's losing it now.
I think we worked on this on Monday, didn't we?
Well, this is it. This is that exact move. Angie using the cage to her advantage here. Can she come out the back door?
Now the rules there is you can use the cage to push off of. You cannot put your toes in between the links. So perfectly legal maneuver there. But again, Angie always putting herself in unorthodox positions, never lets you get comfortable.
Starting to set up, it looks like a guillotine here. She's got her hands wrong. She needs to pull that right hand back on the neck.
But again, not letting Hannah get comfortable.
Absolutely, but Hannah is very aware of these situations, really starting to put the pressure back on her. Angie's really starting to hold on to that head. She needed the underhook.
Some strikes there from Hannah Guy.
Absolutely. It looks like
And the end of the fight, very, very interesting, close fight. I think you give the third round to Hannah Guy.
I think I'm with you on that. I would not want to be a judge in this fight.
So round one is really going to determine who our new straw weight champion is.
What a fight.
Wow, just fight of the night. Girls coming out here giving us another fight of the night, potentially. Great action from both of these warriors. Again, Hannah Guy, only 23 years old. Angie Hoaglin, 3-0, looking to stay undefeated at 4-0 and become the V3 Fights straw weight champion.
That's definitely a heartbreaker for one of these girls, because someone's going home with their first loss. They both just left it all in the cage.
It's like losing a race with 100th of a second. You know,
it's such a good
absolutely
fight.
amazing. We're getting the scores tallied now, trying to figure out who our next straw weight champion is. Both of them feel like they did enough to win, and I honestly can't argue with either one of them.
I can honestly see this going either way. It's really shown who is going to be that first round. Did the kicks and the damage go for Angie and that sway the judges, or was the control from Hannah enough?
And I think we're ready for the decision. Let's crown our strawweight champion with Michael Kelly.
V3 Legion, make some noise for both of these warriors. What a bout. After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for the decision. All 3 judges scoring this one for your winner by unanimous decision, and the new V3 Female Strawweight Champion, Hannah